Hello traders, and thank you for joining me for another video on the Euro USD pair. We're currently looking at the weekly chart, which is showing bullish on all visible metrics. We are above the cloud, above the TK. Chiku is above price. We have put in a bearish divergence, so until we see a close above the 110.9-ish or so, this high, what is it, 110.956, until we break that, technically I would not be surprised to see lower prices. The oscillator has been correcting, but is above the zero line, and DI plus is over DI minus, so all in all, a bullish feel. Last week put in a green candle, closed near the high, so that's pretty strong. Dropping down into the daily, we see that we managed to break up and through the forecast line that was put in on April 26th. So that's a pretty good sign of strength. Now price is in the cloud here, and we are rejecting at the top of the cloud. So until we see a close up and through this forecast line, which is currently sitting at about, call it 109.5 on the daily, I would not be surprised to see us come back down and test at least this broken forecast line, if not the bottom of the cloud corresponding with Kijun, currently at about 108, call it, give or take a few pennies. Until we really see this ascending forecast line built off the daily low at May 31st, I wouldn't be too scared as a bull. But nonetheless, it ran up nicely and is now correcting. So it's in this bit of a sideways pattern. You see we put the top in on an indecisive doji type, broke down on a bearish candle that closed in the lower half. Yesterday put in yet another doji, which is a squat bar signified by this S here. Basically saying a lot of effort was put in on this candle, and it's a pretty good tug of war. So if you saw a daily close above this high of this candle, which would also break this forecast, you could probably figure on targeting this 111.3, 111.2 area as price goes along. The target drops, but it's a weekly forecast line. Should we see a break below the low of this candle at about 108.920, you're probably going to see the bottom of this cloud Kijun, if not this forecast line, depending on where time is, will determine at what level. I want to go down into the 4 hour because my last video on Euro USD was back here around the 8th or 9th. And as you can see, this has been here for a minute, this 4 hour forecast line that just flat out said, you're back to bull if we break above it. And we did on the 8th. And I made a video on the 8th saying we had broken above it and that everything above, I don't know what it was, 107, 106, I want to say I basically called this forecast line, but I said dips are for buying and we're targeting 109 at the time because that was the forecast back here. As you can see, we hit it and exceeded it, and it's still looking pretty darn juicy. We have not managed a close below the Kijun, and until we do, bulls have little to nothing to worry about. If we see a break and close on the 4 hour above this daily forecast line, you could target those weekly levels discussed at 111 or whatever it was and keep your stop below this Kijun or below the swing that creates it, whatever your risk tolerance and strategy allows you. But long story short, bulls are in control. They have been since back here at the 108 levels when I first said that bulls were back in control. So as always, good luck, have fun. practice solid risk management, and thank you for your 5 minutes.